asked before, but could you go into the title of Agra?
A Ghidra. Is it a Ghidra? That's with the wave?
Yes.
The title.
Yes.
The title of a Ghidra grew from, I was in Tokyo with my son. That's a crazy start. I was in Tokyo with my son and his friend Solomon Gibbs, who's now at Central St. Martin. We were very excited for Solomon. And my son was obsessed with Studio Ghibli, so he wanted to go to Tokyo. You know, Prince Mononoke and all that stuff. And while we were there, we were at Shibuya Square or whatever, you know, it's a bit famous. And Godzilla was in the movie theater. And they had a billboard. It's the biggest billboard I've ever seen in my life. It was like the whole, it seemed like it was the whole skyscraper. It was Godzilla. And they were like, what is that? And what is that about? They were confused, you know. And they said, we want to go see that. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a pass on that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let y'all go and see it. And they went and saw Godzilla, and I walked around for an hour and a half. And they came out and they were scratching their heads. It's like, we don't understand what that was about. It was just a monster, and he wasn't a bad guy monster. He was kind of the hero of the movie, but all he was doing is just going and knocking down buildings and shit. They were very confused by it. And they said, what was that about? I said, well, it's very straightforward. Like, Japanese people are the only people who ever had an A-bomb dropped on them. And Godzilla was a psychosocial response to having an A-bomb dropped on you and trying to process it collectively. And I said to my son, I said, Godzilla is an embodiment of the experience of having an A-bomb dropped on you. And all that implies, not just that it's scary, but you're not human, all these other things. And I started thinking about that after I had answered my son, and I said, wow, I wonder if it's possible to create an embodiment of Black people's experience that doesn't have the Black body. And that's kind of what a Ghidra was. It was like a Black figure. It's an entity, but it's not really a Black person. You know what I mean? And so I just came up with a title that sounded like Rodan or Godzilla, or somebody just made it up, a Ghidra. Yeah, just a Ghidra. I thought it sounded cool.
And if I may have a second, the specifics of that Ocean's movement, I felt interestingly satisfying to watch for a long time. When I normally find myself not loving CGI and sort of things like that, and I was just wondering if you could talk almost shop a little bit, like how is there like underlying real water footage?
No real water footage at all. It's all CGI. One of the reasons I made a Ghidra is I got tired of people saying all my work was about found footage. So I said, I'm gonna make something with no found footage. Not even no footage. It's just digital. And it's still gonna have the same kind of emotional, like it's still in my emotional universe. And so part of it was that I work with, I can't say this without mentioning Booth, who are Pierre Booth here, the best special effects company on the face of the earth. And way before I had an art, Booth, it's called BUF, Booth.
What city are they?
They're here in Paris. Oh yeah. Like Pierre, incredible. And way before I had an art career, like when I was trying to do commercials and stuff, I would always pitch ideas and say Booth, because I wanted to work with them. So I could never sell anybody on letting me work with them. So maybe 2 years after Love is a Message, I was talking to Gavin and was like, what do you think you want to do next? I was like, I want to work with Booth. And so they had an office in Montreal. I flew to Montreal for 2 days to just talk to Pierre. We just talked. What do you want to do? I don't know. I have no idea. And we talked on the phone. Like, what are you interested in? I'm interested in waves. Da, 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 da. We talked, I showed them 1,000 pictures. Then they made some wave things. I was like, yeah, but not waves. I'm interested in the wave form. And then they're like, oh, okay. So they gave me some other things. And I said, yeah, but don't think of it like as a wave. Think of it as like if we took Miles Davis and stretched his skin over the Atlantic Ocean. And they laughed when I first said that to them. And I didn't laugh. And they were like, Okay, you know, and it went back and forth like that. It took us 6 months or so to arrive at sort of what it was, but there was no proposal, it was just talking, just talking, playing music, showing them images, showing them like Boli, the African artifact that looks sort of like it's like a hippopotamus or something covered in mud. I'm very obsessed with like Bolis. So I showed them a bunch of pictures of Bolis, and so in a way, it's a moving Boli. It's not really a wave, like I said, because it's rocks. At one point I said, it's a post-Anthropocene vision of the earth, because everybody is going around saying, if we keep what we're doing, we're gonna destroy life on earth. It's incredibly arrogant. Life is not going anywhere. Human beings might go somewhere. We might not be around anymore, but the world is still gonna be alive and it's still gonna have life. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. That's my vision of a species. Just understand that wave as a species. The species that's gonna replace us the way we replaced the dinosaurs, right? And the joke in it is that even that species is gonna like black music. So that's what you're seeing. This future alien black species listening to black music.
Merci.
Great work.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you.